Yeah, I went on to Scare PewDiePie and I made some comments. Like, I was like, this is really bad. I'm like, this is like, y'all are using PewDiePie and making him to a brand name and expecting people to go and pay for it just because something says PewDiePie. That's one thing about the internet I hate, you guys, is like, these people, these production artists, these people, like, there's these people. If you guys know what Cool Cat is, you guys have seen all that stupid Cool Cat stuff on YouTube. Well, the guy that created Cool Cat, Derek, whatever the hell his name is, there are people like that all over the world. These stupid directors, stupid producers that don't really know how to make a film. They hire these other people that are creative, like the guy that does the PewDiePie post production on the videos. That's professional. Like, the post production is amazing. But then you have the bad actors, and then PewDiePie, and then you have like all these other people that are inside of the video that are really crappy. So they rely on the production, post production guy to do his little editing work to make it look cool. And so, like, it's like all these people that they know business. They're real good at business, but they are not creative. So you have all this creative bullshit that's coming out that's not creative. There's no art behind it. There's nothing special about it. This is not Beauty and the Beast animation, like, like that kind of quality. There's no quality anymore in movie production and directing. Like, there's all this shit being made. And then the thing that really sucks behind it is there's all these people that are liking the shit. So there's all this crap coming out, and it's not encouraging anybody to get any better in video production. It's not getting anybody better in acting. It's not getting anybody better in storytelling, because all these dumbasses out there that don't have a brain say, "Ooh, this is great. This is funny. This is amazing. We're going to watch it, and we're going to pay for YouTube Red. This stuff is brilliant." So people just keep making bullshit, and it's like, wow. Okay, like, what is wrong with you people? We're not going to have any more classics. The word classic is going to be ridden right out of the window. There's not going to be anything anymore just classic, because creators are creating shit and then getting reassured by their shit, basically. And it's like ridiculous. All these kids that are growing up now, like, I don't even want to picture any of them becoming directors or producers. Like, when I am 60 years old, I'm probably going to be one of those nasty, cynical grandpas that think everybody's stupid, because by the time I'm 60 or 70, half of the world probably is going to be stupid. So it's like, but now, yeah, you start to understand why old people are the way they are, because, like, people that were born in like the early 1900s, and they get used to a certain way of living. So, when I'm growing up, like, I was born, like, my grandpa and grandma, they didn't want to play video games. Video games were fucking, like, because what it is when they're growing up, they're used to going outside and fucking being productive and working and being productive. There's some of these kids are surprised, though. Like, some of these kids are a surprise. There's some kids out there. That's why I don't try to knock everybody off the block, because there's some kids and teenagers out there that still they're surprised. Like, they come out with all this talent, and they're actually really freaking good, and they're actually smart, and they actually know what the hell they're talking about sometimes. So it's like, okay, well, I can talk to you. There's all these parents out here that are dumb, and if dumb parents have dumb kids, then the kids, unfortunately, are going to be dumb, unless the kid just wants to change that. There's some kids that know that their parents are dumb, and then they go and change their life because they don't want to be like, they finally figure out that, hey, I don't want to grow up, and I don't want people to look at me like my parents, like everybody looks at my parents, and then they fix themselves. But there's some kids out there that are like, oh my God, like, they don't care. They expect their parents to give them everything, and then they expect everybody else out in the world to give them everything, and then they're spoiled, and then they act spoiled, and then they're stupid because they want everybody to hold their hand through everything. And that's what really irritates me, especially from kids now. Like some of these kids, they come and tell me how The reason why I started getting mad at fans initially is not because they paid me too much attention. It's because they would come and at first I thought I was being nice. But you're like, oh, they want to know how to voice act. So I started to tell them how to voice act. But then they want to know every fucking thing in the book because they don't want to change. They don't want to take their own initiative. They're that lazy. They want you to tell them what microphone you're using. Tell them how to do this and that. Tell them how to do this and that. Tell them how to do the next thing. And then you tell them that, and then they want to know the next thing. And then they want to know how to do this. And then they want to know how to do this. And I'm like, dude, can you fucking leave me alone? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, because me, when I started voice acting, I did not ask a single soul how to do anything ever. Like, where I got where I am now, I just took, you could go on YouTube. Like, you don't really need to ask anybody questions. You go on YouTube. There's like 50 websites plus out there on voice acting. There's like more YouTube videos and more YouTube videos and more YouTube videos. And like, you get out there and start just looking at all this stuff and you soak it in and you listen over and over and over and over again, and pretty soon you get it. I asked, like, the only time I'd ask a question is if I really needed to ask somebody something and it provided like an in-depth answer. You know, something that you really can't find on your own because it pertains to your own skill only. So you ask somebody a question to relate to how did they do it? You know, what did you do when you did this? And then they'll answer it, and then you can kind of relate to their answer and then do what would work for you. That's the type of questions you want to ask, where there's not a straight answer, but you can figure out. And that's for everything. That's not just voiceover. This is for everything in life. Like, don't go around expecting everybody to hold your hand type thing. Nobody should go through life asking everybody to hold your hand. You feel more triumphant. You feel more, what is it called? You get more satisfaction out of learning how to do it on your own accord rather than somebody hold your hand through everything. You know what I'm saying? Give me your taxes and let me do them, and I'll make sure I get it in my bank account. But yeah, that's like a thing with kids now, is they expect everybody to hold their hand, and they think that they're entitled to it. That's the key word right there, entitled. But yeah, they're like, these kids, right? They actually think they're entitled to all this shit. They're like, they get really pissed when you don't tell them how to do it. So that's why I stopped answering people's emails. Like, people would email me unless they're really asking me a question, like, and with that deserves an honest answer, I won't answer the questions. Because then you answer the questions once, and then they think you're their best. That's why I understand that's why I start to understand celebrities, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is why celebrities don't talk to fans. And now I know why some celebrities they seem like assholes, but they're not being assholes. They just there's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of really idiot, dumb people fans out there that the second you give them an inch or you open the door slightly, they will push the door open the rest of the way. And then you just let in an irritation, basically. It's like opening the door and letting a mosquito in the house. Now you gotta fucking kill that bitch. So that's what some fans are like. Like, it gets really annoying really, really quick. Like, I don't mind talking to fans about what I do and the regular stuff, but if they're willing to act normal and have a normal conversation, that's cool. Like, I don't mind talking with any fan. But it's the fans, there's fans out there that I just explained that to you, but then there's also fans they'll say stupid shit just so you will reply. They just want a response from you. That's it. They'll say stupid. That's why these people come into my live stream. They'll say troll stuff. They'll ask stupid questions. They'll say anything just as long as I reply to them. So they can say, ooh, I talked to Jonathan. Ooh, big deal. I shit and put on my pants just like you do. Like, whipty fucking do. Like, you know, I'm not anything special. So it's annoying when there's like 20 people coming into the chat room doing that shit just to get a friggin' response. It's like, I don't want you to talk to me just so I can get a response. So you can get a response. And then wow, you can like go brag about it to your friends or something. Why? What's the point?